Hello friends, the topic which we are going to discuss is IC engine's performance parameters. So this is the first topic in Unit 4 in your syllabus. So Unit 4 is internal combustion engines performance and systems. So in that we have first topic is the various performance factors and the calculations. So we'll go to the topic now. So first of all we have to understand the various performance factors of an IC engine. So as you know, IC is internal combustion engine. So performance is how better the efficiency is. That is what the performance. I mean, we have of course various factors to define it. So these are the list of factors. So first one is brake power. So brake power is the actual output for what we get from an IC engine. So normally we can say that the power which is available on your crankshaft, we call that as brake power. And next is we have of course indicated power is missing here. Indicated power is power which is available inside the engine cylinder. It's called indicated power. So you have been already aware about this brake power and indicated power in air compressor. It's unit 2 air compressor. So indicator power is always power available inside the engine cylinder, and brake power is the power which is available on the crankshaft. And next one is specific fuel consumption. So the specific fuel consumption is it's normally the quantity of fuel which we require for unit power generation. The unit power generation. The SI unit for specific fuel consumption is kg per kilowatt hour. Of course, kg kilowatt hour is the amount of energy what we develop. So as the unit says, is kg per kilowatt hour is the mass of fuel required for developing 1 unit of energy is called specific fuel consumption. For example, if we have two engines, one engine is SFC is 0.5 kg per kilowatt hour, and another one engine the specific fuel consumption is 0.25 kg per kilowatt hour. Then 0.25 kg per kilowatt engine is good because it consumes very less power, less fuel for a unit power generation. And next is brake thermal efficiency. So brake thermal efficiency is normally thermal efficiency is that for a given heat input how much brake power is developed. So that is called brake thermal efficiency. And if it is indicated thermal efficiency, for a given heat input what will be the amount of indicated power generated. So again I'll insist the point, indicated power is the power which is developed inside the engine cylinder, and brake power is the power which is developed on the crankshaft. Of course, we have a term called frictional power. So if we go to the basics, the type of mechanism which is available for which is available in an IC engine is slider crank mechanism. The slider is reciprocating inside inside the cylinder bore. So of course, there are a number of moving parts inside the IC engine, inside this mechanism. So there will be some frictional losses. So the power accounted for those frictional losses is called frictional power. Normally, the frictional power formula is the difference between the indicated power and the brake power. It's called frictional power. And next one. So it's types of loading. In order to understand the performance of any IC engine, so we have to do it in a laboratory type experiment. That's why we normally create a loading system to understand its performance. In on-road condition, the entire vehicle is the entire engine is loaded with the weight of the vehicle, and the passengers who are traveling inside the vehicle, even the chassis, the everything will be loaded on the engine. So in off-road systems, we have to understand its performance or to experiment its performance. Then we have to artificially create a loading system. So that is called a loading of an engine. We have number of loadings. There we have mechanical loading is there. We have electrical loading. We have hydraulic loading. So those are all called loadings. And we have two conditions where it is partial load and full load condition. Part load is the load which is operated on half of the maximum strength, and if it is full load, it's nominal loading. So we have motoring test. Motoring test is actually used to find the frictional and the pumping loss. So motoring test is a test done on an IC engine without switching on the ignition switch. We simply crank the engine. So the energy which is spent on this cranking will be monitored so that we can understand the frictional power and the pumping loss. Pumping loss is what the energy which is utilized for compressing the fluid and to exhaust the fluid. So next we have retardation test. It's actually the test done in an IC engine to understand its frictional power. And we have Morse test. Again, that is one of a performance test that is done normally in a multi-cylinder engine. Morse test, please keep in mind, Morse test is always done in a multi-cylinder engine to understand its indicated power, brake power, and frictional power. And there are some methods to improve efficiency of a diesel engine. So one is by increasing the injection pressure, and next by increasing the compression ratio. So we have already discussed in unit 1, where the efficiency of a diesel engine is 1 minus 1 by R power gamma minus 1, where R is compression ratio, into rho power gamma minus 1 by gamma into rho minus 1. So if we increase the compression ratio, it is directly proportional to the efficiency part. So whenever we increase compression ratio, the diesel engine efficiency will increase, but there is a compromise between the optimum compression ratio based on its combustion performance. Please keep in mind, the thing is we cannot go on increasing the compression ratio. If we go once the compression ratio reaches beyond a point, the combustion efficiency will not be good. The combustion phenomena will not be good. So that's why we will restrict the compression ratio. And we always increase the injection pressure of a diesel engine to increase its performance. Why? Because whenever we increase the injection pressure, of course, you will be studied in the stages of combustion, where we have a physical delay and chemical delay condition in a diesel engine combustion. So whenever the injection pressure is larger, then the mixing of diesel within the cylinder will be good. And cutoff ratio, the amount of fuel which we inject. If we increase the cutoff ratio, the amount of fuel which we inject is larger. So then of course it's literally understood that whenever we use more fuel, then more amount of power is developed. And we have another one test called heat balance test. As the name says, it is heat balance. So we are going to balance the amount of heat which we spend. IC engine will come under heat engine. So the input is heat energy. So for a given heat energy, for example, if you spend 10 units of heat energy, how much unit useful power is developed, how much unit of heat is lost due to various criteria. So that doing a balance, a tally sheet is called heat balance sheet. So these are some performance. So we have unaccounted loss. It is radiation loss, convection loss. So we have to optimize the cooling rate so that reduce minimum heat loss. So just go through this. Yeah. So next video we'll discuss about the formula for this every part, and we'll go for a problem. Thank you.